Agent Suki Slicer, for security reasons please prove up in a way that doesn't create a wardrobe malfunction such the sister of MJ had at the Super Bowl. Just as briefed, your undergarment, which would be transparent to the naked body scanners of Transportation Security Administration, is in pastel strawberry cream, and it appears that freshening is occurring. Suki Slicer. Let's get down to today's report from both the Teamsters and AFA regarding the groping of genitals that is being foisted upon travelers in America by a bunch of organizations in our shadow government infiltrated by pedophile lesbians and bisexual women who are reproductively unsound and not likely to cause me a power woody if you know what I laying in the weeds.
Before I answer the question, Agent Chips, if the two you are, please prove up to me also, as you look a lot like Larry King, who currently in second place for most heart attacks experienced by someone who routinely lies to the American sheeple. Capish? Yes. Pastel manly mocha with an extra humongous pouch on your Oscar de la Renta slingshot rump master sports thong, which is currently being challenged to keep the purple tip red champion caged.
Well, at least you know I am a sexually capable homo sapien, unlike the military leadership of Canada, including Maurice Barrel, also known as Seahorse, or Colonel Russell the Canadian stallion, who likes to put on little girls' underwear as much as I like to hang big girls' underwear on the nightside lamp, as you well know, my juicy morsel. Suki Slicer.
Let's get back to the flight attendants' plans for 24 November, which has been declared National TSA Opt-Out Day by yourself. Global Mission Commander Abel Danger, fielding Child Protective Operations from the global headquarters at Plum City, Wisconsin. Which, if any of the airline employee units are not aboard, Agent Chips, or is it Dudley Hung Whale?
Both, actually, as you will see as soon as the camera angle allows a hands-on recon that is consensual, which is completely different from what the TSA perverts are doing to 12-year-old girls, 3-year-old boys and 85-year-old women, who probably pose as little risk to the traveling public as did the 23 young Muslim men who were patsies during the treason of 9/11, as was reported to AFA, FBI, DOJ, and most notably the Airline Pilots Union, that has John Prater as outgoing president and a big mouth named Pete Johans as outgoing defendant, with misprision of felony charges being considered. But alas, I digress. So regarding your lucid question regarding which airline unions are not in support of our opt-out drill, the Pilots Union in England, BALPA, and the Felony and Treason Tolerate Airline Pilots Association are the only holdouts, and in the case of Ball, Pennsylvania, they can be excused as they are under the misguidance of GAPN, which is the Guild of Air Pirates and Air Numbskulls, who arranged the flying events of 9/11. The Agent Chips, so through on day one. Enough about me, Suki Slicer. How do you feel about me, and what would it take for me to feel about you, you sweet sugar britches, you?
Well, Agent Chips, because my husband is a cameraman, this may not be the right location for you to demonstrate the groping techniques that flight attendants are railing against, be they possessing bits and pieces or knockers and muffs, not to be confused with bangers and mash, which I presume you will be sharing with Agent Ginger Cookie or Fanny Galore, who is the granddaughter of Pussy Galore, who was the main squeeze to James Bond. Capiche?
Listen, you sultry wench, if I want to grope your privates or do a digital exam of your fun bags and areolae, I would think your husband would feel all the more secure to know that you were not carrying a box cutter like those planted by Guild and Livery Company aviation caterers who cater the planes at Boston, where Garvey used to be based, or Dulles, where At has a 45-year contract to ensure undocumented Muslim who speak little English can continue to outfit airliners rigged with the Strangler's suite of weapons to be used as revenue generators and silencers of persons like the 5 Raytheon executives who helped configure the 2 Raytheon, the 3 Sky Warriors that were modified at Fort Collins, Colorado. Speaking of airplanes, would your cameraman hubby object to your giving me an air start?
Right back at you, Chips, and I am confident my hubby would say, if you've got the hose, she has the huffer, but let's put off our personal pleasure until my husband goes on his union-enforced lunch break, and then you can bang me like a screen door in a hurricane, just as Obama and Pelosi are doing to the U.S. Constitution. Where are the flying monkeys when you need them?
Suki, I just noticed you bear a striking resemblance to Mother Moose of Alaska, who replaced Tim Plenty of Minnesota after I filed treason charges on Hothead McCain on 6 April 2008. How about a quick flash of your melons to prove it's really you?
Sure thing, Chips. As soon as hubby takes his break, it will be time for, as they say in Puerto Rico, my casa base or your casa base. However, one last point on the 24 November, avoid the sex machines and manual gropers. If I were to suggest that Lord Pearson and your sister are the two most highly placed suppressors of the truth of the treason of 9/11, would you correct me?
Actually, due to an ongoing investigation by FBI in Atlanta and Houston, I cannot answer with the camera running, but I see your hubby has left the building, so let's ditch the footlights and get back to the dressing room, and I will lay some serious lumber on you and your knockers to die for.
Just like the flight attendants might collectively respond to you, Chips. Take me here, take me now,